Good morning, Kevin here. Where am I today? I am in Ellisfield.
That's it.
And just back there is the Fox Inn, and that's where we've parked. So, as you can see, Steve's with me.
Hiya.
And what's her name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. And we are heading out to look for a bluebell walk. So we're heading up this lane. It's a little bit of a breeze, but not too bad. It's not cold as such. They're forecasting possibly some showers a little bit later. But we're looking for a turning on the left, I think. Ahead, says Cynthia. So we'll see. But the one thing that is lovely is to see all the leaves coming out on the trees. And birdsong. No, that's just Steve whistling. And I can see garlic already. Look at this, all along the side of the road. We're walking along. Where's wild garlic? Look at that, all coming out in flower. But you only use the flowers for garnishing. Is that correct, Cynthia? Yeah. And we got. You pick the leaves, and that's what you cook with. And here we are. Footpath up through the fields, or a field, and then into the trees. Oh dear, this looks a bit squidgy underfoot. I mentioned the leaves coming out on the trees, and this is just perfect example. Lovely. Just look at this. Please keep on the footpath with your dogs. But look at this, look at these bluebells. Isn't that fantastic? And I mentioned about the leaves coming out on the trees. These are beech trees all through here. And the beech tree leaves are coming out really beautifully. And with the green and the purple of the bluebells, just stunning. Fantastic. Well, we've just come along the path a little ways and there's this huge crater here, and I was just saying to Steve and Cynthia that I wouldn't mind betting that this is an actual bomb crater. You probably can't see the scale of this thing in the camera, but it is, what, I don't know, 20 feet deep, something like that from where we're standing. And it's probably across, I don't know, 50 yards, 60 yards, something like that. And same the other way. But my mother, when she was a girl in the Second World War, where the family lived at Henley Common, between Midhurst and Fernhurst, she can remember the German bombers coming over, and they would be dropping their payload into the woods all around near where they lived. She vividly remembered that, and she said as soon as they dropped their payload, they would turn their planes around and fly back to Germany. And she said that happened on a very regular basis. So yeah, it's so some of the planes never actually reached London, which is, or Coventry, or wherever they were going to go to. So you know, the munitions that were dumped was hundreds of tons of, or thousands of tons of high explosive. Anyway, look, we've just come out to this little crossroads, and down here it says conservation area, public, no public access. And again, this is all beech trees, or majority is beech trees. Beautiful. We've just come out through those woods there, and we've come out by this big beech tree. We're all waiting to come over. And just up above us, we've got a kite circling around above the trees. But we're about to head down this hillside to the far bit down on that wide path. Look at this lovely cottage down here. Thatched cottage, or thatched house. We're having to pick our way, not so bad here, pick our way through, because it's, you know, walking on this grass, it's quite firm. But in the woods there, it was very, very muddy along the whole of the track. And of course, we've just had some rain last night and yesterday. But look at this, all the way through here, look. All those fields that way. And if I pan round this way, it goes down through this valley. Up through here, more piles of timber. Everywhere we go, we see timber. Just up there, in that corner, look, on that side of the trees. We're not sure if that's apple blossom or cherry blossom.
Not apple.
It's not apple. Why is it not apple?
Too early. Doesn't look like apple.
So is it apple? Early apples then? No.
Well, apple blossom is just breaking bud now.
Breaking bud.
Or breaking bud.
Breaking bud. I'm trying to think of something to follow that up with. Because there is something called Breaking Bad, isn't there? Breaking Bad. Is that a TV programme?
I haven't got one yet.
You haven't got one what?
Picture of the logs.
Oh, picture of the logs. Please do not pass that sign. Well, Cynthia has said that this tree here is actually cherry blossom. There is actually, just over there, some primroses, which is rather lovely. So we're heading down this, well, farm track, lane. Got this hedging either side, which is mainly hazel. There's definitely hazel on the right hand side.
But it's all very well looked after, the track and the hedge.
It is very well, which is nice to see.
Better than the road going into Ellisfield.
Yeah, as Steve just mentioned, the road going into Ellisfield for, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile perhaps, was absolutely shocking. And we had 3 motorcyclists behind us, and it was a lot easier for them to move between the potholes than it was in my car. But you know, look at, you can probably tell by the camera that we've got very broken cloud now, and the sun's out, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, but we saw loads of it.
We did.
We call it May blossom.
Pardon?
Is it May blossom?
May blossom, it could be that, yeah. I don't know.
Well, it is blossoming, so it's not about May blossom.
If it is, it's blossoming early, as it's the 28th of April. Steve has just said to me, please apologise to the viewer for his jokes. It's just that he's one of these sad people. He doesn't get out very much. He has to ask his wife Laura for permission to come out. Don't mean it, Laura, just joking. Cynthia just spotted these, look. Cowslips. Aren't they lovely? And they're dotted about all across this field, or this meadow. Actually, I've just noticed on the other side of the road, there's a sign that says conservation area, no public access, and I'm wondering if this is the same. Oh, crikey.
Yeah, mind the bank.
Careful, there's a bank. Pay attention. Careful. Careful. And up the other side, yeah.
There we are, just in front of us, a very faded sign.
Do you want me to see if I can see what they are?
Yeah, please do. Don't fall down that hole.
That's Hampshire County Council footpath.
Yes,
Hampshire County Council countryside services.
yes,
Hampshire County Council off-road cycle trail.
yes.
the other side of the same.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's like something growing in the rows up there. There's gorse, but I can't make
I
out.
wonder if they tried to do a vineyard.
Oh yeah, it
Oh
could have
no, they
done.
look like Christmas trees.
I was going to say, it looked like little
They're
Christmas trees.
That's unique.
Yeah.
Steve.
Right.
Up here we've got some more bluebells up on our right hand side. Can't see them very clearly at the moment. But as Cynthia said just now, we did see some clumps of bluebells in the meadow back there, which is a little bit unusual. And anybody that knows anything about bluebells will know that when you've got a carpet of bluebells across a huge woodland, not this one just across through here, it's an ancient woodland. And in fact, can I just get a waft of the smell of the bluebells then?
Yeah,
That was lovely.
it's nice.
And there are bluebells on this other side.
It could have been wooded in the
That's what
past.
I'm
Oh,
thinking,
absolutely.
because
Yeah.
The fir trees would have been planted.
Yes.
So have they cleared an old woodland
Yeah.
to put the fir trees in?
Quite possibly. Yeah.
And just a few of the bluebells have survived.
Yeah. But it's a lovely walk.
It's nice.
I think Steve's note said we've got to walk for 2 kilometres. I mean, 2.5 kilometres on this sort of track. Quiet. Was it say quiet? Something.
Yeah.
Something like a quiet stroll or something along this 2.5 kilometre track.
Yeah. Till we find a thatched cottage.
Thatched cottage.
Colin, if you look there, you see a good shot of the bluebells in the meadow.
Oh yeah.
And cowslips over there.
Cowslips, and are they primroses as well?
And primroses,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lovely. And when we first started on this track, first thing that happened was 2 ladies walking towards us with a dog, which started yapping. Bark, 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 bark. Didn't stop. And the younger lady said that it was having a moment. I got the impression it doesn't usually do that. And then as we started walking, a big tractor come along. And that sort of broke the peace and quiet. But since they went, it's been lovely. All I can hear is birds singing, Steve and Cynthia talking.
Get that away.
We've just literally stopped. I was just about to start doing a bit of filming to show you that we've come down there. And up here somewhere in these trees, so twice now, we've heard what sounds like a very distressed cry or call from a bird. And I've never heard this before. I did suggest a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be poo-poo by Steve and Cynthia. I don't know why. You know, because they did exist. Everybody knows that. But what is that noise, that bird up there?
You sure it's a bird, not a deer or something?
Well, it's a good point.
Or a
Good point. It
young
could be.
deer.
Not a deer, they make like a barking sound.
Yeah.
Well, even a young one.
I don't think so. I've never heard that.
It's a very, it's very strange sort of. What about an owl? Would an owl make that noise?
It goes twit-twoo, doesn't it?
Could be an aardvark.
Oh God! Now we're coming out with some ridiculous suggestions. Anyway, we're heading. We're continuing along this track, and it's becoming much muddier. And as you can see, lots of water ahead of us. But
You want to be up here?
Steve, yes, I'm going to cross over to be with Steve's side. Oh, crikey! And there's a cottage, and that's the cottage or house. It looks big. On Steve's information, he's got the walk details of what we've got to be looking for. We've just come through the gate now from the footpath, and we're just passing this beautiful thatched cottage just here. And Steve said we've got to head along this way, and then we've got to find a footpath on the right hand side.
On the left.
On the left,
About 100 metres.
about 100 metres.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to follow, like and subscribe to Kevin's Rambles.